Hey guys, it's Tim, also known as Yoshi McLeod, here with another Lorcana gameplay video. Today we're going to be playing Emerald, Amber, Aggro. This deck is a very strong deck with the ability to get ahead very early in endgames as early as turn 5 if it has a strong enough opening hand. So this is the list I'm going to be playing. This list was shown off by YouTuber Steadfast, and so I'm going to give it a roll on the Pixelborn ranked ladder for a little bit. So let's go. Alright, we're going second. Let's look at this opening hand, see what we got to start with. Alright, so this opening hand's pretty decent, but a big thing here is I'm missing, a Simba, which I think is the big thing I want. So I think I want to mulligan hard to try and find the Simba, and boom, there we found it. Alright, pretty good opening hand now. So... Alright, we got the Stitch, so I'm actually going to ink Mad Hatter, and we're going to go Lilo on 1 and pass. I actually didn't see what my opponent inked, so I wasn't not paying attention, and I don't actually know what colors we're against. Alright, so we're against something Ruby, but that's a blue, so it looks like we're going against Ruby Evasives. So this might be a racing situation. Yeah, so Ruby Amethyst is usually the evasive deck. So let's ink the Hans. Quest with our girl Lilo, and then we'll slam Simba in bodyguard mode. The only problem here is they could be playing Rafiki, so they could go ink something Rafiki on 3 and just trade off our board. They do not have the Rafiki though. They use the Aladdin. Pascal goes in. That's fine. All it's really done is even stuff out. Let's do it like this. We're going to quest with both of our guys going up to 4. And I'm actually going to ink the Stitch. And what I want to do is I'm going to go Flynn Rider. I'm actually going to hold the Stitch. And so this sounds weird. Actually, I probably should have done it backwards, actually. Because my thought was playing this on 4, but I need Stitch on board to do that. What I probably wanted to do then... I actually don't know what my thought process was there. That's just a misplay. So we got Ursula's Cauldron so that my opponent can start going to the top of their deck a little better, a little bit more. So first things first, we are questing with everything on board. We're going to quest for 5. We're just going to race them at this point. I can go... I think I want to... At this point, we'll ink the Cheshire Cat. And let's play... Do I have anything in my... I don't. So I think we just play the Stitch at this point. Let's see what comes down. We're doing good on cards right now. And we're ahead on lore. That's another Boo. This is very much a try to race you type of deck for my opponent. So since they're just trying to race us, I don't really care. Okay. So then here's what we're going to do here. I'm going to crack Simba in there. Gonna do a bunch of questing. Quest with everything. Then Rapunzel gonna come in and heal my Simba, drawing me 2. And then we're gonna ink this Hans. And I think we'll pass here. Because depending on what we draw, we can go... We're actually in a good spot. They have to answer our board in some way. This game's just over. I was gonna say we can do a bunch of stuff, but none of it matters. Like, even if they were playing the more controlling build, like, this would have been their turn to be prepared, but they don't even have it. Alright, we are going second again, taking a look at this hand. We have Simba, and I think since we have Simba, what I want to do is I just want to throw everything back and look for a Lilo and some Inkables. There's Lefou. No Lilo, unfortunately. Alright, we took a bit of a risk. Alright, John Silver, so we're against something Emerald. Emerald, Duke of Weselton. So we got a 1-drop out of it. So bailed out as usual by our really good deck. I think I'm gonna ink one of these Cheshire Cats, and then we'll go Stitch on one. So my opponent's on something Emerald, but I don't know what the second color is. We've shown our hand at this point. They paid attention to what we're inking. Oh, looks like they're on the Emerald discard deck. Interesting. Well, we'll ink a Simba. We'll quest, and then we'll play a Simba and Bodyguard just like they did. We're keeping up with lore right now, but depending on what their deck is built around, we might be able to just outpace them on the board. Another Cheshire Cat from them. Interesting. Now here's the problem. We both are playing similar cards. We're going to ink Lefou and play our own Cheshire Cat. Gonna quest. And this turn coming up is going to be like probably our big moment where this game's going to break open for somebody. We do have 2 Rockstar Stitches. So my thought is ink a Rockstar Stitch, play a Rockstar Stitch. If this is the line my opponent's going with, I actually think I know what I'm doing. So we're going to ink a Rockstar Stitch. We're going to shift into a Rockstar Stitch. Ooh. You have forgotten me. Alright. So we're going to get rid of these 2. Because of everything in my hand, I think those are the least important cards. I want this Rockstar Stitch and this Rapunzel. Rapunzel will let me refuel, and Rockstar Stitch will let me combo off. Alright, we did get a Simba Protective Cup though. We got something to ink, and that's all I really needed. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to shift onto this Simba. Boom. So we're actually going to let ourselves fall behind in the questing race just a little bit. We're going to deal with a lot of our opponent's board. Then we're going to quest with our Cheshire Cat. Boom. So hopefully what we'll be able to do is play Rapunzel and then draw a bunch of cards next turn. So you put my Stitch back in my hand. That's funny. So here's the thing. That doesn't actually mess me up as badly as they think, because now I can just ink this Stitch if I don't draw an inkable. Ink this Stitch, play Rapunzel, or I can play Rapunzel and see what I draw, because I think play Rapunzel is going to be the play here regardless of anything else. It's fortunate I didn't get full value with this Stitch. That was about to be hype. Let's start with playing Rapunzel. Play Rapunzel, effect, heal my Simba. I'm going to get 2 out of it. Not bad. I think I will ink the Flynn Rider though. I could have inked the other Stitch actually. That might have been better. Let's quest here, get ourselves caught up, and I think we're officially ahead at this point. Because we're questing for 6, they're questing for 2. Right now, we win this race in 2 turns. They have a while. And the Cheshire Cat's not even something that can challenge our units, so I don't really know what they can really do at this point. They are in the same colors as me, so all they can really do is try to bounce stuff back. Alright, they throw down a Maximus. This means my Simba's not long for this world. Well, let's start with a bunch of questing. Now, here's the thing. I actually want to shift here. And I'm actually fine with questing here. because it gives me a more like dangerous next turn where they have to answer 2 of my cards. But then also, on some weird chance they're able to answer my board, I actually also have a bunch of stuff that I can do. This should be just game though. With 1 card in hand, I don't think my opponent has a way out of here. Alright, cool. They don't. They just pass. They'll just end it real quick. Even though I could have started comboing off, it's better just to take the win. Alright. Going first this time. Okay, going first, and this hand is missing a lot of pieces. So I think I'm throwing almost everything back. I'll keep a Lefou, but otherwise, everything goes back. We have 1 drops. We have Simba Protective Cub. We have 1 jump ahead. We'll ink the Duke of Weselton, and then we'll play Stitch. It is always correct to play Stitch over Duke, just because we have synergies with Stitch, not Duke. Mad Hatter get it inked, so opponents on Emerald. And Maleficent. So the Emerald Sapphire, they're going to have a bit more draw power than we do. Okay, that Maleficent is potentially problematic. Oh, I need the ink. We'll ink a Lefou. And then we'll play Simba, put him in bodyguard mode. So this Maleficent is going to be a little awkward. And they have a Flynn rider. So if they question Maleficent, she's dead. Okay. Well, that solves that issue. Kill there. Quest here. What I'll do is I'll ink my Lefou. And it seems a little bit hyphy, but I'm also going to just in time my Rapunzel in. Get the damage. Ooh, into a Lilo. Nice. So we'll pass now. If we can draw an Inkable, we might have a really strong next turn. We're not worried about any sweepers. They have draw cards, they have rush cards. Those are the only potentially problematic things. But it looks like they just got their questing cards out. So I do believe that we are just flying ahead at this point. Ink the Tink. Play the Lilo. Just in time out the Hans. And pass. I don't have a problem overextending into this type of a deck. There's nothing that I think hard punishes me for it. The only colors that have hard punishes are Steel and Ruby, and you are neither. So, this turn coming up, we quest for 9 and put my opponent to death's door. Quest, 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 and quest. And you know what? Just in case. And no, we'll hold Duke of Weselton. We don't need it on the board. Hans and Lilo or Hans and Rapunzel. They need to take out both my 1-drops and Hans in order to stop me. But it doesn't look like they have it. Alright. Nice and easy game. Alright, so I think we're going to throw back all of our big stuff. This gives us a 1-2-3. I'm not the biggest fan of this 1-2-3, but it's acceptable. So we'll see if we get any better things. Not really. Our hand didn't really get much better. It's fine, though. Ink that. We're actually going to begin with Heihei. So the reason being is I want to have an easy way to deal with some of my opponent's stuff next turn moving forward. Alright, so we have an Amethyst card. So that was an Evil Queen. So into Shield of Virtue. So okay, we're against Ruby Amethyst. So we need to put the pedal to the metal. As I would frequently say, beep beep. We need to hop in the Jeep. Let's actually ink this Stitch. Well, play bodyguard Simba. I don't think we actually really need to bodyguard him. There's no reason to support right there. Alright, so if we don't get another inkable, we're inking Cheshire Cat to just in time Hans out. Alright, Brums. Alright, so we did get another inkable, so we'll ink Stitch. We're gonna just in time the Princey Boy. And then we'll quest with the boys. No need to do that, and pass. So turn 7 is our turn of danger. 2, 4, 6, 5 cards in my opponent's hand. They could have a Rafiki. Honestly, if they play Rafiki, no, they have Maleficent. So they're gonna draw, keep their cards in hands high. All right, so what I'll do is I'll do that for Duke of Weselton. And we're just gonna play the Cheshire Cat. We're gonna hold on to this in case we get like they have nothing for me to use support into. And we're gonna hold on to just in time in case we get something really dumb and crazy that we can put in ahead of curve. Because I think the only actually no, I don't even know if we played. I don't remember if we played Genie on the job in this list. So if we don't play Genie on the job, and even if we do, it's only a 2 of. This puts everything in my deck into play. Alright, they're inking. They're going to 4. I believe Dragonfire is a 4, so they could kill something. Probably the Hans, if I had to guess. No, they have Mickey. Okay. But they also have a Maleficent and some Brums, so this Brum's about to crack into my Simba. Interesting. So they're going to rebuy the Brum. They're going to take advantage of the Mickey Brum engine here a little bit. Now, they can't replay the Brum, luckily. Let's quest with our entire board. So here's the problem. That puts us to 6. They kill Hans. We're not threatening lethal. Rapunzel doesn't get us any advantage, so I actually don't want to play the Rapunzel. I don't have good ways to put damage on anything, though. Making can get straight into my Hans, which he does. Friends on the other side. To draw a couple. And he can also play a Brum if he really wants to. I think that's fine. Ink, not a Mickey. Alright. So we're actually gonna trade Heihei real quick. We're gonna quest with Cheshire Cat. Cheshire gives me 2. I can Simba and Bodyguard. I think we always bodyguard Simba here to protect my Cheshire. Cheshire Cat doesn't need it though. This puts me off by 1. There's Rafiki, so Rafiki kills Simba. Rafiki would just kill Cheshire Cat. This Brum is just gonna kill my Cheshire Cat, right? Or do you have another Rafiki? Okay, you have friends on the other side. Okay. We'll quest. Now here's the issue here. This is the big turn for our opponents. So we're gonna Mad Hatter and pass. If they had Be Prepared, they're ripping it here. Because Mad Hatter kills them. They might have Dragonfire, so if they have Dragonfire, they might run it. Yeah, this screams Be Prepared to me. Ink card, Be Prepared. No, Aladdin? You at least have a Dragonfire, right? Oh my god, they just didn't have it! Alright, doing a quick wrap up here. This deck is very strong. If people don't have answers to it, they kind of just lose. This deck forces people to play very proactively in dealing with your board, and I think some people don't take in mind what their opponent could be on when they're doing their initial mulligans. In the blind, you do have to be aware of aggro decks, and if your hand is good against aggro and not against like the later game decks, that's usually fine because you have turns to like draw into your card advantage. I think people are too busy disrespecting this type of deck, and I'm just sitting there with my board uncontested for entirely too long. But I digress. There's lots of good games. We're almost out of bronze at this point because just the win streak been going on with this deck. If you can put this deck together in paper, this deck is great. If you can just pilot this deck at least somewhat competently, like you'll get really far with this deck. I don't even think I'm great with this deck, but I pilot it well enough that I'm taking dubs consistently. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.